Okay, are we live? I think we are. Let me check here on my monitor just to make sure everything is coming through correctly. But I think it should be. Let's see. Okay, yes it is. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you are all doing well today. I saw earlier Big Sad was here on chat asking how to join the server. So I'll explain it now for you fellas if you want to join and play with us. Today we are on the London server, as you can see. This is the IP address and it is also on the stream description down below. You can copy it from there. So to join and play with us, all you have to do is come here to find a game, community servers, and it will open for you in the internet tab by default, but you have to go into the favorites tab, and then you click this button here, add a server, and you paste in the IP address for it, and then it will show up in this box for you to click and connect. If you've never connected to a community server, that's how you do it. So feel free to join and play with us. We already have a bunch of good people here. You see Gloomer, Sentient, Ian, Apfel, Dorcas, Bankrupt, Leo, Gato, Dope, Snort, and even Mr. Spencer is here playing with us in the other team, so we have a kind of a duel against Mr. Spencer. So yeah fellas, welcome to the stream. Today I'll be playing a bit of Soldier, even though my ping is very high and I have a bunch of delay on my rockets, as you can see. I'll try to play some Soldier. Yeah, and my screen is open here, I just wanted to double check that for you. So yeah, hello there Apfel on chat, how are you doing? And also Inspector was there. Hello Inspector, Rovin Sniper, hello my friend, I'm doing fine, what about you? And Nian, yes indeed we are live. Hello there Nian, glad to have you here. Big Sad, yeah, that was you Big Sad, I hope you managed to connect here to play with us, it will be fun. Always good when you fellas join and play with me. And I have to remember I am on blue team, not on red team. I tend to forget what team I'm on for whatever reason, and then I get destroyed. But I'm on blue team, I have to remember that. Hey, hello, Zofek. Hello there also, Hiao. Good morning for you. To me it is good afternoon already, but wherever you are there, Hiao, good morning. I hope you have a wonderful day. Ultimate Worker, hello there. Source as well. I forgot to answer your email asking for my Steam URL in time. Don't worry about it, Source. I'll check it out. I saw that you replied that email. It took you a while, but it's okay. I'll check it out once I have some free time. Don't worry about it. I am not ghosting you, I promise. It's just that I've been a bit, you know, full of stuff to do, a bit busy this week. So that's why I didn't reply you yet. But I saw you sent an email there and I'll check it out whenever I can. So yeah. And Big Sad is asking, what is the launch options? There is no launch options, Big Sad. I'm not sure what you're asking there. You know, it's the IP for the server. It's the one that's on screen somewhere here. Let me check. It is up there on the corner, you see? But you can also copy it from the stream description if you prefer. Launch options are some commands you put on TF2 on Steam before launching the game, you know. It's not something you need to connect to servers, basically. Hi, Lasagna fan is there. Hello, thanks for doing the giveaway. I won some cool stuff. Ah, that's very nice, Lasagna. I'm glad to know you were lucky enough. I think everyone who participated in that giveaway won something. Because if I'm not mistaken, we were giving away, what? About 30 or so items, I think. And if I'm not mistaken, only about, what? 10-15 people participated. So everyone got something out of it, and it was... Okay, I've killed Mr. Spencer there. I don't even know how, but okay. It's kinda wholesome, you know, when everyone gets to receive an item. And I hope you fellas enjoy that while you can, because that's something that happens only while the channel, you know, is relatively small, as it is right now. Once I get big on YouTube, the giveaways will be a lot more, you know, full of people. and it will be harder to win something. But I'm glad you managed to grab an item there, Lasagna fan. Pretty cool. Keep an eye out for future giveaways, and remember, if you want to participate in my giveaways, you have to be a member of our Steam group. They will be always exclusive to members of our Steam group. So, you know, it's sort of an incentive for people to join the Steam group, where I put announcements from time to time, stuff like that. It's an important way for me to communicate with you. So yeah, very nice, my friend. I Hobby is saying there, I reached 3,000 subs. I'm still shocked about it. Ah, congratulations, Hobby. That's an important milestone for sure. I still have to do my celebratory video on 4,000 subscribers. You reminded me of that. And I'll try to release it this week. I know I've been saying that for a bunch of weeks now. It's just that I get caught up doing other stuff, you know. And I forget about doing that video. But yeah, congratulations, Hobby. What are you doing to celebrate reaching 3,000 subs? Would be nice, you know, to do something special or something like that. It is always fun to celebrate milestones. I think that once you get to 5,000, or maybe perhaps, yeah, for me on my other channel, my Brazilian channel, it was like that. Once I reached 5,000 subs there on the other channel, I only celebrated again when I reached 10,000. Because, you know, the growth tends to increase, the rate of growth in subscribers. And if you celebrate every 1,000 subscribers, you know, after you reach 5,000, depending on how fast your channel is growing, you will do a lot of celebrations, and they sort of lose their meaning when that happens, you know. When you are celebrating like every month, it's not really... Ah, missed apple there. I tried the air shot and missed. It's not special anymore, you know, that's what I mean to say. So yeah, congratulations, my friend. Pretty cool. I'm glad you're having success with your channel. That's very exciting, for sure. And you're saying there, I have no idea. I still have to think about it. Perhaps, Hobby, you know, something that I think could be fun. Perhaps you could do a contest, you know, a Source Maker contest, you know, like a poster contest or a short animation contest, you know. Short animation, I think it would be a bit harder for people to participate since they take a lot more time and effort. But maybe it would be fun to do a poster contest and the winner gets a hat signed by you, you know, like a hat that you crafted or something like that. That could be a fun thing to do. I did that once on my Brazilian channel and it was very, very interesting to see all the posters and submissions that people did. So here's a free idea for you, Hobby. That could be interesting, that could be fun. You're welcome, my friend. I myself am going to do a Q&A, questions and answers video. I posted on my community tab here on YouTube a couple of weeks ago a message saying that, you know, you could send questions there if you wanted to have them answered in the video. So if you want to do that, send questions to me for me to answer in the special video. Take a look at my community tab here on the channel. You know, scroll down the posts a little bit and find the one I am asking about questions. I did that on Twitter as well, so if you follow me on Twitter, you can also find the place to ask questions there. I have to remember, I have a shotgun. I have to use my shotgun more often. Ah, nice, got Ian there. And they are trying to cap the middle point. I think instead of defending, yeah, I'm going to just push here because the scout's gonna cap it anyway. Okay, I actually prefer the layout of Sunshine a lot more than the regular, you know, the stock version of this map. I think those... come on, Apple, with the direct hit there. I think those new entryways really improved the gameplay on this map. You know, those below the main platform where you access the last point. So this is a great map. I really like Sunshine as a 5CP map, but I think Sunshine, this one here, has the better layout, which is mostly the same with just 1 or 2 new openings, but they really do make a difference in my opinion. So yeah, let's see if we can get there. I want to explode that pumpkin beforehand because I don't want to get hit by it, and that engineer is our problem there, you see? Because he's rocking the Wrangler, we can't really do much against him. Okay, the spy hits a backstab there. I hope it was on the engineer. And I'm dead here. Hey, hello there, Petra. Glad to have you here as well. Pretty nice. I hope you say that my idea isn't a bad idea, actually. Yeah, you know, those sort of contests, even if the prizes are nothing really to write home about, you know, just to have a symbolic prize or something like that, they are always fun to do. And to see what other people come up with, you know. You could perhaps set up a team for the contest and see what people do about that. I know it would be fun. It would be very fun, in my opinion. Perhaps I would participate. The problem is that my source filmmaker stopped working, and I don't really know what I have to do to fix it, but it stopped working. Okay, got the scout there. Let's get this other one with the Crumpkin. And now there's this other one up here. And the sniper, a huntsman sniper, okay. At least the sniper, I know I can kill. Let's grab this health here. Uncle Leo is here. It's not a spy, it's the real Uncle Leo, I think so. So yeah, my source filmmaker stopped working. And I looked into it, and it seems to be a bug in Source Filmmaker that happens even on Windows. It's an error message that shows up when I try to open it. And I researched it a bit because my first thought was that it wasn't working anymore because I run Source Filmmaker under Linux, you know, using Proton, the compatibility layer for Linux. But as far as I can tell, I researched the error message, it's a problem that happens in Windows as well, and people don't really know how to fix it, so I think it's goodbye to my Source Filmmaker installation. Where is the scout? Ah, here it is. At least for now, you know. I'm looking into setting up a virtual machine here, so I can, with graphic acceleration, so I can return to using Source Filmmaker. But if I can't, I think I'll port the models to Blender, at least the character models, to be able to keep doing my thumbnails. My wife actually has been helping me out with this because she has a Windows computer and her Source Filmmaker installation isn't bugged. Because it could be, but it isn't. So she's helping me there. But I don't want to take chances with it, you know, because if my installation stopped working and it isn't fixable, at least I don't know how, then it could happen to her as well. And I think I should look into using Blender with the TF2 assets as soon as I can, you know. Especially because Blender is a better software for doing that sort of stuff. So yeah. Okay, where is everyone? I'll check chat in just a sec, fellas. Just let me get my bearings here. We have a sentry there and a Brass Beast Heavy, which essentially is a level 4 sentry. Or at least a level 2.5 sentry, I think, because a Heavy can shoot rockets. So yeah. And Hobby saying that he left a question there, and Ultimate Worker as well. Thanks a lot, fellas. Thank you so much. I'll probably be able to answer all questions because I think I got about, what, 10 or 15 questions in total, so I think I'll be able to answer all of them. That would be pretty nice. Hey, hello there, Migatuga. Glad to have you here, my friend. You're not late at all. We just started stream, so come play with us. It will be fun. And Big Sad managed to connect. Ah, that's very nice, Big Sad. I'm happy you managed to connect to the server. Pretty cool. Hello there, Koromon. Welcome to the stream as well. Pretty nice. Glad to have you here, Koromon. Feel free to join the server and play with us. It will be a lot of fun. I'm Hobby saying there. Sorry to hear about what happened to your Source Filmmaker. If you ever need Source Filmmaker help, don't hesitate to tell me. Ah, thank you so much, Hobby. Thanks. If I need that sort of help with a thumbnail or something like that, I'll let you know, for sure, my friend. So far, I'm managing because my wife is helping out with the thumbnails. She actually does better thumbnails than I do, you know, in terms of aesthetics. I think I'm better at designing thumbnails that catch everyone's attention, you know, that are sort of clickbaity. But she's better at making, you know, good-looking thumbnails in terms of thumbnails that don't look hideous. Because mine are often ugly and you know, kind of shocking to grab attention like that. She's a better source filmmaker artist than I am, for sure. But if I ever need a hand there, I'll ask you for sure, Javi. Thanks a lot for offering to help. I really appreciate that. And if you ever need, you know, help with other stuff like video editing or something like that, perhaps I could help you there as well. So, you know, it's not like I'm abusing your goodwill into helping me. I wouldn't like to be, you know, sort of a dead weight for you, my friend, to be a problem for you. But thanks a lot, Javi. You're great. That pyro here, just resting close to the pumpkin. You know, this actually looks good. This could be an wallpaper or something like that. I like the looks of that. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Hey, hello there, Allison. Glad to have you here, Allison. Come play with us. Join the server if you can. Oh, it's full already. So yeah, but perhaps you could queue to join. Very nice actually to see the server full, you know, pretty cool. We have a bunch of people from Europe here as well. I'm very glad there's Misa there, I can see. Pretty nice. I'm very glad. I'm very glad you fellas are enjoying my servers. I really like seeing them being used like that. And, you know, being useful for you. So that's nice. Mr. Dispenser connected. It seems he disconnected for whatever reason. But since he has reserved slots, he can always connect whenever he wants. And saying that, I remember I have to set up the reserved slots for Misa. I didn't forget that, Misa, okay? It's just that it's been a full week for me. But I have that in my to-do list. Don't worry about it, my friend. So yeah. And Yan saying there, well, that source filmmaker situation sucks. Valve really can get away with not finished products that crash or bug out every few minutes. Yeah, you know, I think the problem is that it really isn't a finished product. It's still in beta and therefore it has all sorts of bugs and problems. And that's really a shame because source filmmaker had the potential to be something great. You know, it is a good software package, but it could be better. And when I saw those tickets, it was already too late. That's when I actually wanted, Nyan, that Valve for, you know, if they are not going to work on Source Filmmaker for Source 1 anymore, then perhaps they should release the source code, you know, make it open source so people can fork it and fix all the issues. I would actually like them to do that with Hammer as well. Hammer is the program that's used to make TF2 maps, and it is okay to use, you know, it works, but it could be improved a lot. And since it is for Source 1, I don't think Valve would be developing it much more, you know, since they are all into Source 2 nowadays and into making tools for their new engine, which makes sense, you know, if you have a new engine you want to work with it. But if they could, like, release the source code for those programs, I imagine a lot of people who depend on it, like source filmmaker artists, you know, all those folks, they would take upon themselves to make this software better like that. So I can hope, you know, Valve has been very supportive of open source projects. Proton, for example, is an open source project. It was initially a Valve version of Wine that's also a Linux compatibility software, you know, a Linux compatibility layer. They took Wine and made their own version, that's Proton, and then they open sourced it and released for everyone to be able to mods and make their own version and stuff like that. So they could do that with their other software packages as well. That would be nice. But perhaps that was the case with Proton, because Wine, if I'm not mistaken, Wine is GPL software. You know, it's licensed by the GNU public license, which is a license that kind of says, you know, if you use any part of this software, then your software has to be GPL as well. And GPL software has to be open source. It is one of the obligations in that specific license. So perhaps that's why Proton was made open source, you know, because Valve had no choice but do that, because they were using Wine as a base, which is also open source software. Okay, I don't want that dispenser there from Apple, and I want to take out this teleporter as well, because it could be problematic. And I've killed myself there, okay. But at least I was able to take out the dispenser and the teleporter there. At least I did something. Hey, hello there, my friend Vincent. Glad to have you here, Vincent. Pretty nice. Glad to have you here, my friend. Joker Miles is enjoying the rain there. Yeah, you know, it's been raining a bit here where I live as well. I think it's been, what, 2 weeks that was very hot here in my city. And yesterday we got a bit of rain and the weather cooled off. So it's more pleasant nowadays. Hey, and we have Mr. Dispenser on our team now. Pretty nice. Pretty nice to have the engineer of TF2 with us, helping us out. Okay, I'm gonna die here. Oh, I managed to destroy the sentry there. Let's see if I can get that engineer. And no, I could not. Okay, no problem. At least I'm carrying my weight, I think. I have more deaths than kills, but I'm not the last one on score. So that's something there. That's a bit better. So yeah. What else are you saying there, my friends? Let me see. And Big Sad is saying that he got kicked. That's lame, Big Sad. Yeah, no, that's how the reserved slots system works. We have an extra slot on the server, so it shows on the browser as a 24 slot server. But it actually has 25 slots, and the 25th slot is reserved to handle connections. So whenever a VIP, or which is, you know, mostly other YouTuber friends I have, or a channel supporter, a channel member in the, I think, officer tier, because we have tiers in our memberships here on YouTube, and one of them, I think the middle one, gives you access to reserved slots. So when a VIP or a channel member connects into the server like that, the 25th slot holds the connection and kicks someone out, so that, you know, the reserved slot can connect into the server. So I'm sorry you got kicked there, Big Sad. That's something that wasn't happening here, you know, for quite some weeks. And it's a sign that the channel is getting popular, you know, that people want to join and connect and play with us. And I'm sad you got kicked, but I'm actually happy people are connecting to play with us and filling up the server. So that's pretty nice. I'm enjoying that a lot. You know, queue up so you can connect again. You should be able to do so if someone disconnects. Right now, for example, we have one empty slot here that perhaps you could try joining. So that's kind of a bummer, but you know, it's how it goes. In my Brazilian channel, usually that's how it happens, you know, because I have, what, almost 30,000 subscribers there, and a lot of people come play with me on my streams. And that happens a lot, you know, that the server gets full and people get disconnected because VIPs are connecting. And in my Brazilian channel, I have a bunch of supporters. I think I have about 30 channel members / supporters there that help me pay out the server costs and that sort of stuff. So that's very neat. And I was the highest kill streak there. Probably because I'm the only one rocking a full kill streak kit, you know, on all my weapons. So I'm not sure, but I was the highest kill streak there. Pretty nice, you know, not doing very well, but Considering I have 200 ping, I think I'll take that as a compliment, for sure. So yeah. What else are you saying there? Let me see, fellas. Hey, Mo Games, hello there, welcome to the stream. Pretty nice to have you here. And Ellison is saying, got a question for you, Professor. Do you ever have any dreams about Team Fortress 2? Sometimes I have strange dreams or nightmares about wandering around maps or deleting precious items. Ah, that's an interesting question, Ellison. In regards to nightmares, I once had some nightmares about losing my items. You know, like somehow my inventory got deleted or something like that. I had that nightmare once. But I don't dream very often, so that's perhaps why I don't really have much, you know, memories of dreaming about TF2. But I know that once I dreamt about TF2 getting updated. I don't remember the specifics of the update, but I remember in my dream it was larger than Jungle Inferno, and it was like huge news for the game. And I was very happy. I remember in my dream I was making videos about the update and saying how wonderful it was and all that good stuff. And I was very upset when I can't jump there. I was very upset when I woke up and realized it was all a dream. So yeah, that was kind of a disappointment. But that happened to me once. And you know, I'm actually glad I don't dream about TF2 that much, because I think I would be mostly disappointed whenever I woke up. So yeah. And Ian is saying there, Hammer Editor, we were talking about Hammer earlier, the TF2 map making software. Hammer Editor for me is not intuitive. To make doors, you have to create a shape, change it into an entity, change it to doors, add a name, create triggers, etc, etc. Just too much menus for one thing. Yeah, it would be nice if you had in Hammer like a prefab that's like doors, and you just bring it into your map, you know. By default, it doesn't has there, and Misa wants to dance here. Let's dance with Misa. By default, you don't have that option in Hammer, but there is a community-made pack that you can install, and it handles those prefabs like that. If you watch, what's his name? If you watch Crash's series about how to use Hammer, if you look for it on YouTube, Hammer tutorial Crash, you should find them. He has an episode only about setting up those prefabs, which make work a lot easier, you know, to make maps and everything like that. So take a look into that. That's, you know, what I actually mean when I say that the community could make these softwares, you know, Hammer, Sorcery Maker, better if the software was open sourced. Because, you know, someone for sure would make those prefabs a default option in Hammer for everyone, you know. So that would be very helpful. But if you have a hard time setting up doors, look for those prefabs. There are prefabs for a bunch of stuff, you know. There's stairs, there's a Hammer file which has only decorative items, so it is a bit faster than browsing the list, so you can just copy and paste it into a map. There's Vlad just hit the floor hard here. So there's a lot of those stuffs, you know, you should check it out. Also, game mode prefabs, you know, that really speeds up developing your map. Ah, got you there, Mr. Spencer. I think he's probably having a hard time hitting me with the Market Gardener because I have high ping, so I'm probably not very easy to hit for him. Okay, there's a soldier there. Got you, Da Vinci, got you there. Nice. Okay, let's try to... This one I think is Uncle Leo. Yeah, got you there as well, Uncle Leo. No one can escape my shotgun, which, by the way, Uncle Leo gifted me this loadout, this shotgun, and this rocket launcher. I already have 302 kills on it. I love that yellow duck there. This war paint is great, I really adore it. Anything with ducks in TF2, I really like it. I used to have an unusual duck hat, the I don't know how it's called, duck hat, but something like that, you know, it's the duck cap in TF2. I used to have an unusual version of that, and before that I used to have some unusuals with the molten mallard effect. And nowadays I have this one here with the rain unicorn. What's it called? Let me check here. It is Pyroland Daydream, which I really like. You know, I bought this one because it was unusual and strange. And I really like the Globetrotter. I think it goes well with my unusual taunt collection. I have a bunch of twinkling lights taunts, you know, in my collection. For whatever reason, the unusual effect bugged now. Let me see if I can bring it back. Yeah, you see, I think it goes well with those taunts. And what a large circle it is doing. Ah, okay, now it is correct. Okay. So that's why I've set up these loadouts. But before that, I used to have a bunch of unusuals, you know, that were duck themed. And my dream unusual, really I would like to have, would be a duck hat with the molten mallard effect. But there are none of those, they simply don't exist. There isn't that hat with that unusual effect. Which is kinda lame, you know. I wish we had those sorts of options. Just launched myself here. Yeah. Okay. But I also was looking into what's the name of it? Those antlers for soldier with the molten mallard effect, but they are too expensive. It's insanely expensive. Perhaps in another life I would be able to afford them. So yeah, ducks are the best, and I really like this war paint because of the yellow duck there, which is actually rarer. Uncle Leo was very lucky that he found this one on the community market. So yeah, that was very nice, really cool. What else are you saying there? Let me see. Migatuga is saying, Professor, I'm going to dinner, so rest of good stream and good week to all. Ah, for you too, Migatuga. It was nice having you here. I hope you have a wonderful dinner and a wonderful week. See you next time, my friend. And Big Sad saying there, I like how you talk to me like we've been friends for years. Ah, that's nice. Thank you so much, Big Sad. You know, I want to be welcoming, you know, for everyone. And if you're here, you know, watching me talk nonsense about random stuff, I already consider you a friend. So I'm glad you enjoyed that, Big Sad. That's very nice. You know, again, these are good things that you fellas have to enjoy while the channel is small. Because I have the same attitude on my Brazilian channel. You know, like building a welcoming environment for everyone to chat and have fun together. That's what I like to do on my channels. But on my Brazilian channel, because I have so many subscribers, what happens is that I can't really read many messages on chat. It's like it scrolls very fast, even when I add a delay to it, as I do. So you fellas have to enjoy this while the channel is small. I'll try to keep it as much as I can as I go growing on YouTube, but it becomes more and more challenging, you know. So that's just something that happens. But I'm glad you are enjoying, Big Sad. Welcome to the channel, you know, and it is always a pleasure to have you fellas playing with me and interacting like this. This is why I do YouTube, you know, it's a lot of fun. Hey, hello there, Victory! Glad to have you here. Pretty nice, my friend. There are 3 slots here. Oh no, there's Zeus as an spectator. Okay, so the server is full. But if you fellas want to connect and play, feel free to queue for the server. You know, an empty spot should open for you eventually. So yeah. And Hobby Sniper is saying there, my Duke Nukem vs Postal Dude video is very close to hitting 100,000 views. Damn, Hobby, that's crazy. That's an insane amount of views. Pretty nice, my friend. Congratulations, pretty nice, pretty nice. You know, it seems like, Hobby, every like 3 or 4 months you have an amazing hit like that, you know. That's very great, my friend. Congratulations. I haven't watched that one yet, but perhaps I should. You know, I thought like I would not get the joke because I didn't play that much Duke Nukem. I'm familiar with the character, but not too familiar. And I didn't play Postal, so I skipped that video. But perhaps I should give it a watch for sure. Hey, hello there, Elliot. How are you doing? How do I join this Steam group? There's on... Let me check here, just so I don't give you the incorrect information. On the stream description... Yeah, on the stream description you can find a link that says join our Steam group. All you have to do there is enter the link to send you to our Steam group, and then you ask to join. The participation on my Steam group is managed, so it's not automatic. I will have to eventually check your request and allow it. But I should do that, you know, sooner than later. Like I check the requests about once a week or something like that, and then I will approve the requests if the account isn't too suspicious, you know, like if it has a VEC ban, or if it is an account that says like I like cheating, or like I'm a toxic player or something like that. Because there are some people who enjoy that and they boast that on their Steam profiles. But if it isn't anything like that, then I should approve your request eventually. So that's how you join the group. Hey Curly Patty! Nice, have a nice Sunday as always for you too, Curly Patty. Glad to have you here, my friend. And Mr. Dispenser appearing on chat here. How was your stream earlier, Mr. Dispenser? I saw by the title that you were playing Valve Competitive. How did it go, my friend? I'm not very familiar with Valve Competitive. I think I've played only a little bit of it. Let me see if I can check here. Yeah, I played a bunch of matches, but the last time I played it, it's a lot more than I remember actually. And I won most of them. The last one I played in 2018. So you see a lot in 2016 when competitive was brand new. And I actually didn't do that bad. You see kill death ratio here, 9. Perhaps I should play more Valve Competitive. But the last one was in 2018. You know, how did it go? I know that an Apple can't join a team. If you are stuck on joining a team, Apple joined. I was typing an orientation there for Apple. But if you are stuck when joining a team on TF2, all you have to do is open the console and type in retry. And what that will do is it will disconnect you to the server and connect you again, you know, as fast as it can. You can sometimes, you know, lose connection like that, especially if the server is completely full, that you can't connect again because someone joined and you lost your spot. And here's Big Sad, nice Big Sad. Cool demo main loadout for sure. I really like those leaves and that mask, pretty cool. And Allison here with the cute bear head. That's a cute head. Honey, look at this head. Look how cute it is, the little bear. I should buy one of those for my wife someday. That's a cute hat for sure. But yeah, you know, just type retry in the console, and eventually you should connect again. And where is the midpoint for this map? I think it is here. This is one that's available in manpower mode, and someone on the workshop made a version for it to play regular. I could not get there. To play regular 5CP. It is an interesting map, you know, a bit confusing because it is too large. Since in manpower you have the grappling hook, you can navigate the map a lot faster. But it is a cool map, you know, I like playing on this one. Hellfire it is. So it is pretty cool. So yeah, what are you saying there, fellas? Let me see. Christian is saying, hello, can I get free item? You are late, Christian. We did a giveaway, you know, earlier. I think late last month we did a giveaway. So perhaps if you joined that, you could get a free item. So I'm sorry, my friend. And Alison is saying there, have you ever played Quake? I recently played through Quake 1 Remaster on Steam, and it was a lot of fun. I've played a bit of Quake 1 when I was younger. When I was actually a child. My uncle had it on his computer and he let me play sometimes. I'm not very familiar with Quake 1, but I played it a little bit. I actually played more Doom 1 than I did Quake, because when it was released, at least for me here, Quake was kinda hard to run. I didn't have a PC that could run Quake. So Doom was a lot easier to run for me because it was older. So I played a lot more Doom. I think the first 3D first-person shooter I've played, like really sit down and play it completely and a bunch of times, was the first Half-Life, you know. So that's when I started playing. I'm Petra here joking with the corpse carrier, the best cosmetic for Scout, pretty cool, I really like it. And people want to go to Upward. No, I want to stay on this map. Perhaps next round we should go to Upward. But I want to give this map a try a bit more. See, there's a path up here. Let's see if I can get to it. But I know Quake is a very important game, you know, a lot of games I enjoy would not exist had it not been for Quake existing first. So it's a very important game. In regards to games like Quake, one I actually played a lot was Sonotic, or Xonotic, or Shonotic. I don't know exactly how to pronounce the name, but it's with an X. Xonotic. You know, it's a free open source game. It actually has a very good bot system, and there's a small community playing it to this day. If you enjoy Quake, Allison, and you want like a similar multiplayer experience that's free to get into, you know, you don't need to pay or anything, look into playing Xonotic. Xonotic. Look into it. I used to have okay, next map to Brazil. We are going to no, I don't think we are going to Brazil. People don't want to go to Brazil, which actually is a smart move. I am actually in Brazil and things are not good here, so don't come to Brazil. It's a bad idea. People here on TF2 had the right idea here. We don't want to go to Brazil. That's the smart decision to take right now, at least. Brazil used to be in a much better spot a couple of years ago, you know. It wasn't the apocalyptic hellscape that it is turning into nowadays. So yeah, kinda sad but funny at the same time. I even forgot what I was saying. Okay, let's try to get this medic here. I could not do that. Everyone is protecting him there. So yeah. What else are you saying there, my friends? Let me see here. Big Sad is asking if I ever tried Castle Crashers. It's one of those games, Big Sad, that I have on my Steam library that I've never played. I think I bought it for like $2 or $1 or something like that when Steam used to do those flash sales, you know, like for 2 or 3 hours the game costs $1, something like that. That was very, very fun when that was common on Steam. But I've never tried it. Should try it because I have that game. It's on my library. And I like that sort of game, you know, that beat 'em up game, especially multiplayer. I know Castle Crashers has good local multiplayer. I don't know if it has over the network multiplayer, but I know it has local multiplayer, so it could be a fun time to try it out. Okay, let's recover our health a little bit here. And Mr. Dispenser is saying we lost twice and won one time. Okay, that's very nice, Mr. D. I'm glad you actually managed to find a match there and play it. That's good news. In my region here in South America, usually what happens is almost everyone connects, but one player has trouble connecting and then the match doesn't even start because of that. I know that happens because the competitive matchmaking mode in TF2 kinda enforces some graphical settings. You can't play it if your computer can't handle those graphical settings or something like that. And because most people have bad PCs here in South America, most people in general, I don't think that's a lie, you know, from my part. yeah, most people have bad PCs here. Even my PC isn't even that good. So because of that, a lot of people can't connect, and we can't find matches because of that. There's always that one player that will not connect to the match, and that really, you know, turns me down whenever I try to play competitive mode. But perhaps I should give it a try, you know, hearing your experience there, it seems like a good idea. I remember I was having fun playing the competitive mode on TF2. I know it's not proper competitive, because proper competitive TF2 has some special rules, you know, some forbidden weapons to use and stuff like that. But I was enjoying a lot that 6v6 style of gameplay, you know, short matches and all of that. It was fun. You know, that perhaps I should check it out. Perhaps next stream on my Brazilian channel, I'll try taking a look at competitive mode. That's a nice idea, Mr. Dispenser, for sure. Victory is asking, when am I gonna play Counter-Strike 1.6? That's a great game. I played a lot of Counter-Strike 1.6 when I was just a teenager. Perhaps someday I'll do it here. I have a server, it's not running right now, but I have it set up in a way in which if I feel like playing it, all I have to do... completely destroyed Mr. Demoman there. If I want to play it, all I have to do is, you know, type one command on the server console, and it will start running for me. So that could be a good idea, Victory. Counter-Strike 1.6 is a lot better than CSGO, in my humble opinion. I like CSGO as well. I don't play it nowadays, but I used to play a lot of CSGO back in 2014, 2015, you know. When I was more interested into the game and I had more time to play multiplayer games like that. But Counter-Strike 1.6 is better, I think. The movement, the weapon balance, and all of that. Not that it is a more balanced game or anything like that, but it is more fun to experiment with, you know, different strategies, I think. Okay, there's a demo man here. Let's help Scout deal with him. I think if I... yeah, this is a sort of a booster pad. Okay, and I've killed myself with it, okay, because I could not figure out how to use it. But you see, it is a booster pad you can use to jump really high. But yeah, CS 1.6 is a great experience. I really like it. What else are you saying there? Let me see. Hey, Rika the Freaka! Glad to have you here again, my friend Rika. Hello, Professor. I just got my vaccine booster and flu shot. And taquitos and ice cream. Taquitos are like what? Tacos? Small tacos? Is that the Mexican food? I'm not familiar with it. But very nice, Rika. I'm glad you are now safer from COVID and for the common flu. That's great. You know, fellas, if you haven't taken the vaccine yet, go take it. The vaccine is good for you, it is important. It will help you stay healthy and protected. So please vaccinate, that's very important. Not only for COVID, for, you know, all sorts of diseases. I'm actually a privileged person, because here in Brazil, most vaccines we get for free, because we have a public healthcare system. You know, it's not perfect, it has its problems, but at least in terms of vaccination, it is pretty good, you know. So I don't think I've ever paid for a vaccine shot. You know, perhaps one of those that were not in the vaccination program here, the public vaccination program. But if it were one or at most two, all the others I got for free. So that's very nice, you know. So I was saying earlier how Brazil is turning out to be an apocalyptic hellscape, but at least we have vaccines here. now, because the COVID vaccine took a while to arrive, but now we have them. So that's very nice. I'm glad you got vaccinated, Rika. Pretty good. Enjoy your taquitos and your ice cream there. Ellison is there. Rika's living the life. Yeah, for sure. Living the best life. That's good. And yeah, saying there, I've seen some maps for TF2 and Payday 2, which are blatant rip-offs of official maps with one small gimmick that could as well not exist. What is your opinion on modded maps that barely change anything? Ah, that's an interesting question, Ian, because there's a bunch of those. Yeah, you are correct. I actually think they're okay, you know. If you don't like them, you simply don't play them. It's not like those gimmicky maps, which are like I saw once, like, what was it called? Higher Tower, I think it is, that has it's high tower, but the tower is extremely tall, you know. Those sorts of map, it's not like they're going to get officially added into the game. So if you don't enjoy them, you just ignore them on the workshop and there's no problem there. I'm not really a fan of them because I prefer maps that bring something interesting to the table, you know, that are not just rehashes and simple gimmicks like you said. But I have nothing against those maps. I think they have a right to exist, and it is fun because some people enjoy that, you know, that sort of. That scout fell down. Oh no, he didn't die. Damn, sentient free-to-play noob there. You managed to save yourself from the lava. Kudos to you. Very well played. But yeah, I think those maps have a right to exist. And I went the wrong way. Okay, let's go to the other way. This is a problem with 5CP maps, you know. They're kind of hard to get your bearings on. Especially this one, which is quite large, because it is meant for manpower. But yeah, I don't particularly enjoy those gimmicky maps, but I have nothing against them. You can see that, for example, I don't have those sorts of maps on my servers. Because I think, you know, if you are going to put those maps on the server rotation, like on a regular server that's like mine, you know, that runs all the time and for people to connect and play regardless of if there's an event going on or something like that, I think it is better to have a server only with silly maps in the rotation. So perhaps someday I'll be able to do that. It's not something that's out the table for me, but I would have to get the funds first. So let's see it. What else are you saying there? Let me see. Ah, Apple has to go. See you next week, Apple. It was nice having you here as usual, my friend. Have a wonderful week. And Minctor is saying there, Brazil is beautiful. Even with its financial troubles, look at us. We're still playing despite our problems. Yeah, for how long, I don't know, Minctor, but we are, for sure. It's exaggerated to say that Brazil is on an apocalypse. Even with the dollar at 5 reais, our local currency. Yeah, I don't think it is an exaggeration, Minctor, but everyone is entitled to their opinion, for sure. Minctor is another Brazilian friend here. So that it's interesting to see your opinion is different there, Minctor. But I don't think it's exaggerated, my friend. Especially when you consider like how the country was doing 10 years ago, you know. I remember because I was at college back then and seeing the prices for basic stuff, you know, for food, for fuel, get worse and worse with each passing year was pretty depressing. I don't know how old you are exactly, Minctor, but I think you are younger than me. At least I have this impression. If that's not the case, please let me know. But you know, I lived through better times here in Brazil, and it's very depressing to see things deteriorating like they are, you know, and so fast as they are deteriorating. 5 years ago, the country was in a better spot, so that's what I mean. I find depressing, and that's kind of apocalyptic in that sense. So yeah, depressing talk from Brazilian. Things are rough down here, fellas. Things are rough here. Especially if you are paying attention to the news. So yeah. But everyone has their own perception and opinion. That's true. Ah, come on, let me get someone here with my shotgun. Perhaps I should switch. Oh, I managed to got Parsi there, okay. Perhaps I should have switched to the rocket launcher earlier to get those finishing shots. The shotgun in TF2 is one of those weapons that are so satisfying to use. I really like playing with it. Usually I go with the reserve shooter, because I like the mini crit when targets are airborne mechanic, you know. But the shotgun is so good. Okay, let's try. Managed to hit a crit on the spy there. And fellas want to change the map. I think I'll actually end stream right now because we're clocking close to 1 hour. Let's just see out of curiosity where people are going here on the server. Just to see the map. So yeah, what else are you saying there? João is complimenting my English. Thank you very much, João. I can manage in English. You know, it's not perfect, but I can talk. I can speak English. That's what I mean to say. Yeah, I think it is speak English, not talk English. But thank you so much, my friend, for the compliments. Obrigado pelo elogio. Thank you very much. So yeah, fellas, we are on Badwater here. We got Dr. Kebab here and all the good people playing with us. And I think I'll be ending stream right now here. And Rovi, about South America, Rovi is saying there, I feel ya, Argentina is on a similar state. Yeah, Rovi. I actually saw on the news something that you know, it's worrisome, and it really shows the situation in which, you know, Brazil and the neighboring countries are. But I saw on the news that Brazilian drivers were crossing the border to Argentina to buy cheaper fuel, because in the next week the prices for fuel here in Brazil were readjusted. So things are like, you know, almost double expensive now. Almost. Not yet it's double price, but it's almost. It went for like, you know, 5-something reais to 8-10 reais in some places. So I saw on the news that some people were going to Argentina to buy cheaper fuel there on your country. So perhaps now you can say that Argentina is in a better state. At least in regards to fuel, I don't know. At least better than Brazil, you know, it seems. But yeah, it's sad. South America is hard, you know. I imagine there are harder places in the world, but it is quite hard. It's not easy being in South America. But it's okay, it's a beautiful place to be, at the very least, with good climate and good weather, so at least there's that. So yeah. What else are you saying there, fellas, before I wrap up? Let me see. Dr. Kebab is saying, don't know how I found you, but I can't complain. I'm glad you're here, Dr. Kebab. And by the way, I'll be leaving the server right now to end stream, but the server runs 24/7, so you fellas, if you want a place to play regular TF2, feel free to use my servers. We have a London server for the European crowd, and a North American server in Miami for the people in North America, you know. I don't know how the ping would be for Canada and Mexico, for example, but I know that US Central and East Coast is pretty good on the Miami server, so feel free to play there and to try it out if you can. It's very nice to have you fellas here with me. And Alison is saying there, thank you for the stream, Professor, it was very fun. I hope your family has a great evening. You too, Alison. It's always fun to be able to interact and talk to you. I really appreciate that. Pretty nice. So yeah, fellas, thank you very much for passing by on stream. I love each and every one of you. Here's a big heart for all of you fellas, and I hope you have a wonderful week. See you next Sunday.